All right, so welcome to Team Zoom, you guys. We do these every single Thursday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. I know it's late, so I'm proud of y'all for being on. But Katie is going to take over tonight. It's about to get litty titty up in here, so let's go. So, Katie, are you just going to good, run the show?
Oh, I can run the show 100%. Okay, guys, so
Okay.
here's the deal. Okay, I need to know first things first. Is there anything specific? Like, I'm Instagram queen. Okay, I know all things Instagram. I love Instagram, but is there anything specific that you're wanting help with, or you want to go through? I know we're gonna power hour and knock some things out, but as I go through, I kind of need to know some ideas. Okay, so messaging and customers, like getting messaging for customers or messaging in general. Like, what's the
Yes.
message? All the things. Okay. Yep. All right, so here's the deal. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna start off doing the first thing that I do, and this is the most important thing that you need to do on Instagram. So hear me twice, hear me 3 times, hear me 4 times. The most important thing that you need to do on Instagram is interact, okay? So if you aren't interacting a lot, like if your majority time isn't interacting, then don't expect to send anybody and expect to be left on red like 25-8, okay? So here's the deal. So we're gonna go to stories. And I want you to go through. Now, I want you to not go to the first ones you always see because those are the people that you're super comfortable with. So you need to move, like just do one time, one big swipe and let it roll until you're like stopping, okay? All right, so we got one big swipe with, I still know all those people, hold on. All right, so now we're at one spot where we don't know any of these people really. Like they're kind of like, we might see them before, but not really. I want you to watch stories and I want you to send out 5 messages to what they have posted. So I want you to look at their story. And then I want you to be like, okay, well, this girl's just drinking, so that's so awkward. Keep going until you find somebody that's like doing something that's like not that. So like baby slides or kid slides. Or you could say something to somebody who is, I don't know, traveling, but basically this is just saying, hey, or oh my gosh, he's so cute. How old is he? Or oh my gosh, I love all the clothes that you put your babies in. They're so cute. Where do you get them? Oh my gosh, girl, your makeup looks so good. What do you use on your eyebrows? Oh, I love that outfit. Where do you shop? You always have the cutest clothes. Okay, you guys getting the hint here? This is what we do. This is all I do, okay? Whenever I have more free time, I watch more stories. So we go through, we're gonna send some messages. So I want you to send 5. And don't make it weird. Don't make it complicated. Literally just click through and you're like, oh, I could definitely talk to this person. And then do that 5 times. And don't spend too much time. If you don't know what to say, like when you're watching it, when you first see it, then go to the next person because you're trying to force it. Okay, so I have 4 out so far. Are you guys following along with about 3 to 4, or were you guys behind or done beating me? You're good? All right, so we sent out 5. This is the first thing. Now, on a regular day, I do way more than 5. I get out like 25 to 30, maybe more. I don't know. I go through these. This is my favorite part of the business, okay? So I do that. All right, now we're going to scroll through your feed. I want you to scroll through. I want you to find somebody's photo that you like. That you look at it and you're like, oh my gosh, that photo, find it right now. All right, I found my person. I made the comment on her post. Okay, comment on the photo. Forgot to say that. Okay, so you found the photo, comment on it. And then I want you to click the likes. And I want you to go through and follow any person on this list that looks normal, okay? Meaning like not creepy, not like kind of somebody that if you like look at their profile and you're just like, no, doesn't bring joy, then we're not gonna follow them. So look, follow the list. Cool. Okay, so then I want you to do it again. Oh, by the way, Kim, is my fan like so loud right now? Can you guys hear that? Okay, cool.
Nope, can't even a little bit.
Good, because this ring light makes it like a sauna up in here. So.
But you look good.
Oh yeah, bro. Thank you. Okay, and once you're done that, do it again. No, I don't count who I'm following. I do this. I do it until I feel like I don't know. I did enough. Usually, like Instagram's been really picky too, so you kind of want to be you don't want to follow like more than like 150 a day. That's like pushing it right now. So like under 150 is a safe zone for a day. So like usually regular, like I call them regular people, like not work people. Regular people have like 25 likes maybe on a photo, like regular, like average Joes. And then like the big, obviously, like we're not talking about bloggers or like you never want to follow from blogs or like advertisements or any of that because like that's the easiest spot for everybody to hit. The regular Joes are where you're find the quality people that you can actually like connect with. So I usually follow, I don't know, probably like 100 or so, maybe 120 a day. But I also don't follow everybody on the list. Like if I think if you don't have a good like profile photo, then like I just skip. Profile photo is everything. So as you're going through this and doing this, I want you to go through and follow, and do this to like comment on a photo. No, I don't get blocked. I go through like authentically, and I think that's the key is like making sure like if you have an app do it, it just does it for you at one time. But when you're doing this, you're scrolling, you're liking, you're commenting, and then you're like following. Like Instagram sees that as normal. So anyways, so we're going through as you're going through. I want you to do this to like 5 to 6 photos, and when you're done, put it in the chat. But basically, as we're going through this, the main things about Instagram that you need to know is you need to have a good profile photo, and it needs to match your Facebook. But a good profile photo is a well-lit photo of you, and it's just you, okay? Like, that's a big thing that a lot of people don't understand. Your profile photo should be you. Cover photos on Facebook, great. It could be you and the family if you want. But your actual profile photo needs to be you, and a good photo of you. It can be a selfie. It can be a standing photo. It does not matter, but it just needs to be a good quality. Like, the one where you, like, look in the mirror and you say, damn, like, that's the profile photo that you need. Also, good thing for Instagram, your bio matters a lot. So you need to have a good bio. Nothing about it works. Nothing about selling anything. Nothing about being a boss babe. None of that. You need to have all things you. So like anything that you like, a really good rule of thumb is like you need to figure out 5 things that you really enjoy, not including momming and not including it works. So health, cooking, makeup, fashion, interior design, like fitness, whatever it is that you really love, like you got to find like about 5 things, and I want you to really focus in on about 3 of them. So pick 3 things, like find your 5, and I want you to make a list of what you can talk about the most, and then pick the top 3, and then that's what your Instagram should be about. You can't have an Instagram full of like everything in life. It needs to be like a main 3 things, and the other 2 things can come in occasionally, but like your bio should be really talking about, it really should be talking about that specifically. So that way you can you want to target your audience that way. So anyways, that's what you need to talk about. Okay. So
wait. Heather, you are screen sharing. Just so you know. There we go. Okay.
So, okay, so that's basically it for as far as your bio. Oh, and you should have a list bio too. Like mine, I'll show you guys, like, that's what I mean by list. It should just be like a legit list. And I don't remember, I think you have to actually do that in your, like, I put it in my notes that way and then I copied and pasted it because I think Instagram wouldn't let me do, like, you know how it's weird with, like, sometimes when you hit like the enter on Instagram and like your captions, it'll like still put it next to each other. I think it was the same way, so I did it in the notes, but it just looks better when you look at it like that. And you need to have your Facebook linked to your Instagram. Never put your Instagram link in your, it works like in your Instagram. Okay. So when you guys are done commenting, I want you to go through and I want you to go like 15 photos randomly. And do a big scroll, like let it just go. And then just like, all right, now. And I'm gonna be like, okay, here's a photo, like, and go like about 15 photos. All right. So, and everybody knows that they should be posting on their Instagram story every single day. Instagram story is the way that you're gonna sign customers, sign distributors, do the whole thing. So the next task that we're gonna do, now that we've liked about 15 photos, I want you to go to your Instagram story. And everybody, I hope you guys are ready for this. Go to the very first thing you've posted in the last 24 hours. Scroll, pull it up, and look at who looked at your story, okay? So let's see who's been looking at your story. So let's scroll through. Do you know these people? That's what I need to know. Do you know the people that are looking at your stuff? If you don't know who they are, this is your new to-do list for the next few days. Go through, look at their profile. So like this girl, I see that I have no idea who she is, but she's always looking at my stuff. And she also looks at it first, okay? So that's somebody you need to pay attention to. So like every once in a while, like every few days when I post something, and like on my story, like in the first 5 minutes, I have like 70 people looking. So I swipe up and I'm like, who are y'all that are obsessed with looking at it? And I go through and look at who it is. This is important because they're watching your every move, and these people want to join the business, but they're too scared to reach out to you. So these are your key components in enrolling distributors and who you're going to choose to build relationships with. So as we go through, like the oldest slide, I want you to go through and I want you to pick like 5 people, and I want you to look at their profile. If it's been forever since they've posted, then you're not going to message them. But if they posted like within the last few days, then you're going to message them. So I'm going to get an example first so I can find somebody and write an example off of it. Okay. So this girl posted 3 days ago, and I'm going to message her because her last photo was of her taking her daughter out to a concert, and she looks about Kemi's age. So I'm just gonna ask her if her daughter enjoyed the concert and if she thought it was a good age to bring her daughter to the concert. That's how I'm gonna start the conversation. And I'm gonna say this, hey, totally random, but I saw you took your daughter to the country music festival. I made a typo. I saw you took your daughter to the country music festival, and I was wondering how she did. Cammie's been asking to go to a concert, and I've been nervous to take her. Okay. So that's another way that I build relationships. All these things are crucial. So they didn't message me. They aren't reacting on my stories. She doesn't post on her stories a lot. A lot of average Joes don't. Some do, some don't. Like I would say it's a 50-50 shot. So like if I wasn't in It Works, I'm not posting on my stories. I can already tell you that because I was a chicken. So I would never post any videos or anything like that. So these people are the ones that we want to reach out to as well because you can't just fully rely on stories. So I'm over here and I'm just looking at who's looking at my stuff. And then I'm going through, if I have no idea who they are, I'm clicking them, I'm messaging them, I want to know who they are. So this is something that you need to go through, and I want you to send out 3 messages to 3 different people using this method. If you've not posted on your stories and you're like, guilty, then the first thing that you need to do right now is you need to post on your story. Like right this second. And what I want you to post about is I want you to think about what's one thing that you've been wanting to do and you haven't done yet. Whether that's getting a box subscription, like if you want like Ipsy or BoxyCharm or something, if you've been like looking at some sort of subscription or maybe you want one but you can't afford it yet, this doesn't matter. I want you to make a poll and be like, oh my gosh, like you can screen record if you have iPhone. If you don't have iPhone, I don't know how to work it. But if you have iPhone, you can be like scrolling through like an ad, or you can scroll through like their website and be like, thinking about getting BoxyCharm. Has anybody gotten it? I've been thinking about it, but I'm not sure. Is it worth it? And then put an answer thing, a poll, like totally worth it or nah, not really. And then like you could do one, if you're not that kind of like makeup-y person, you can do FabFitFun, or you could do like Date Night Crate, or whatever it's called. Whatever, those boxes, like you could do a poll on that. You want to get interaction. So if you haven't posted today, your goal right now is to get a slide up talking about something of that sort. And then from now on, you're going to be like, all right, I'm going to get my Instagram stories popping. I'm going to be posting every single day, an average of 10 a day. Okay. So that's what your realm should be 10 until you're like good. Then you could do like 10 to 15. Like when you feel comfortable with 10, push it to like about 10 to 15. I am somewhere in there. Like sometimes it's 10, sometimes it's 20, but it just depends on my day and like what I'm doing, if it's cooler than what I usually do or not. So, how can you screen share on you mean like screen record? Well, you can do like mine's in my notifications. I swipe down and I click the record button and then it just records. There's a record button next to underneath of the flashlight. Okay, so anyways, so now that you have your 3 done from your stories, like seeing who recently viewed your stories that doesn't post on their stories. Okay, now I want you to go through to your most recent one, which for me was like, I don't know, an hour ago. All right, wow, so I have 400 people view my story in an hour. Let's go see. I should have looked at this before it was 400, but it is what it is. Okay, so swipe up. And I want you to go through and see, like, again, like all these, that girl I messaged earlier about her kid going to the concert. Yeah, she's totally already watched this story too. So she's definitely obsessed with me. So you can see like the trend here, like, okay, who's watching my stuff? Who's there? Who's paying attention every time I post? And so you're going to go through, and you're going to go through and message these people the same way. And then I want you to, next time that you post, like directly after you post it, check back in about 20 minutes. Who immediately watched your stuff? Those are the people you need to write their names down and pay attention to them. So I'm going to give you guys some time to do 3. And while you guys are doing this, I'm going to tell you guys some content, like tips, I guess is what you would call it. Okay, so whenever you're posting on your story, the best thing that you can do is just vlog throughout your day. Do not overcomplicate this. Don't make it hard. First thing in the morning, post a picture or a video or pictures or whatever of you making coffee, greens, BFF, whatever it is you use in the morning, you need to talk about it. So, and a lot of times I call these ABC days. So A days, oh my gosh, this skinny coffee is the bomb. It's burning fat, feels so good, and it tastes amazing. Okay, B days. Okay, so many people have been asking me, nobody asked. So many people have been asking me how to make the coffee and like how I do this. So I'm just gonna show you guys real quick how I make it. So I get hot water, I pour the packet in, and you just use this little frothy thing and stir it up. It's so good. I can't believe like it tastes this good and it burns fat. #winning. Okay, now the C day. Okay, so now C day, you're gonna list the facts. For all the green people on your timeline, you're gonna be like, all right, y'all. So it's a picture of you and you're like drinking the coffee and it's like burns fat, increases mental focus, helps keep me sane while dealing with the children. And then that's it. Like that's all you're posting about. And then guess what? D-Day, we're gonna call it D-Day. You're gonna post a before and after and be like, dude, look at this, what this coffee does. It's so bomb. Then we're gonna start back over on A-Day. Oh my God, the coffee's so good. And then B-Day, C-Day, D-Day. Repeat it over and over, a big circle. And you know what? That's gonna create a lot of customers, because how many times do you see an ad on Facebook? First time you're like, all right, that's cool. And the next time you're like, all right, I'm gonna click the link now. And then you click the link and you're like, oh, this is cool. Is it really worth $15 though? And then you're like, all right, I'm not going to get it today. And then it comes back up tomorrow and you're like, all right, I'm getting it. And you buy it. Even though you're like, I don't know why I'm buying it. You buy it. It's the same thing. This for other people, like the more they see you do it. And when you're posting about your own results, you guys, like the biggest question we get all the time is customers, right? As leaders, it's like, how do we get customers? How do I get customers? How do I get customers? Dude, I just did a 1-week result and like, y'all, I'm not even kidding. I have 15 DMs from my results. 1 week. I did 1 week of seriousness And 1 week, I got people in my inbox, 15 people from just 1 week results. And so I want you to like think about, if I do that every week, if I'm updating my results once a week, like what? If I got 15 DMs for every week result, 15 times 4 is like a lot. So that's how many people, that's 120 potential loyal customers with all I'm doing is using products. That's not even me trying. That's just me being me. So make sure that you're using the product, but using that in the morning, showing that, and then you're doing it consistently every day. Then the next step you do, I want you to, the next step is to post something throughout the day. So whatever happens, it could be if you have kids, talk about your kids. If you have dogs or whatever you're doing, you're shopping at Target, you're going to Publix or whatever grocery store you have, or you're going to do something during the day. You don't just lay in bed all day. So even if you're a stay-at-home mom, like that's not a reason that you're not doing anything. Go outside with your kids, do a game with your kids, talk about something your kid does, because I'm positive that your child does not sit all day long and just do nothing. So talk about your kids, talk about what you're doing, and then you're cooking dinner. Okay, cool. So what are you cooking for dinner? Or did you go out to eat? You're fancy, so you're going out to eat. What are you eating? Where are you guys going? And then at nighttime, talk about mom stuff. Everybody sits on their phone at night anyways before they go to bed and just like look at Facebook, Instagram forever. So what are you talking about? You got BoxyCharm, you got FabFitFun, you looking at something on Facebook. What's your favorite TV show? What are you talking about with your husband or your spouse right now? Like whatever it is, like you're doing something, create conversation. Create something that makes people look at your profile and be like, oh my God, I love everything she posts. She's so funny. How many people on here have somebody on their Instagram that they look at and they're like, every time they post, they're like, oh my God, yes. Like they're so excited to see what they post because they're funny. They have good content and you're just like, yes. Like I have people like that online. Every time I see their name, I get excited. So that's what you need to show in your timeline. It's just like, why should they watch your stuff? Okay, so the next thing we're going to go over, and this is the part that everyone has a problem with, messaging for the business. Everybody gets nervous about this. Okay, so let me tell you guys how seriously serious I do this. Okay, so same thing, I go through, who watch my recent story, so obviously you don't message your person, you just message, okay? But you go through and we're gonna go swipe up and I want you to pick, let's see, pick somebody that watches your story. Let's go, let's set a baby. Okay, so anyways, click the photo or click their profile, get to know them, but like go through their stuff, like, all right. And this is why you should be building relationships daily, because the better, you have a higher chance of signing them when you've already talked to them, okay? So like from right now, I'm gonna tell you what to send. You're gonna send it to 5 people, but I want you to realize like if nobody answers you and you've never talked to them before, that's probably why, but you're going to still send this message because they're still watching you, and some people don't really need that first connection, but most people do. So I'm like, okay, so she's been married. Oh, okay. So she's been together with her boyfriend, now husband, for 9.5 years. So it's her first wedding anniversary, so she didn't just get married. It's important to read the caption so you're not like, hey, congrats, I just got married, but she actually got married a year ago. It's her anniversary, not her wedding. So you want to make sure you're looking, and she just had a baby. So, all right, so I'm going to say something like this. Are you guys ready? Make sure you're taking this note. Hold on, I'm waiting for it to load. 1 second. So I can type this out as I talk. Because I can't repeat myself twice. Like if I say it's just off the top of my head, I don't use scripts. So once I say it, and then it's gone. All right, so here's what I'm saying. Hey, and this is something, again, when you're talking, if you don't say like to somebody in person, hey girl, then you don't say hey girl. If you don't say like, for example, like I use slang all the time. I say bruh and I say dude all the time in my regular vocabulary, okay? Kim's my twin. So if I go to talk to somebody and dude and like bruh, that's like normal for me. And they know that from my stories. But if I were to be like, hey boo, or no, I say hey boo, hold on. If I were to say like, hey sweetheart, or hey honey, like they know that's not me. So we don't say that. So if it's not in your regular vocabulary, you don't say it. So this is how you start the message. For me, it's just hey. Okay. I don't say, hey, Caitlin, because how many times do you go up to somebody and you're like, hey, Caitlin, how are you? It's like, no, it's like, hey, how are you? Actually, who even says that? It's actually just like, hey, what's up? That's how we talk, okay? So don't talk like weird in this message because that's not how you would sound in real life. So we're going to say, hey, I have been seeing a lot of your posts lately, and first off, I wanted to say congrats on your new sweet baby boy with a heart emoji. I'm gonna say congrats on your sweet baby boy. And I feel there's gonna be 2 different messages I'm gonna teach you. And I wanted to reach out and just see if you have ever considered working from home. Question mark, exclamation point, like a million of those, because that's how I type. Hold on, I'm gonna think what I'm gonna add to this. I feel like you would do so well at it, and no wait, I feel like you would do so well at it. Your babies are are so cute, and I wanted to hold on, I gotta reread this. So cute, and I wanted to no, and I had to at least ask because I know, I don't want to say this. Because I know how much I love being a stay-at-home mom. I have to at least ask because I know how much I love being a stay-at-home mom. I wanted to give you that option. Okay, so I'm gonna read it fast for you guys now that I'm done. Oh, look at you, Kim, overachiever. Okay, she put in the chat. It's in the chat. So that's option 1. Okay. So option 2 is something. Oh, gotta take my birth control. Okay, so let me text that for that. One sec. So send that to somebody. Send an alternate of that to somebody. Okay, so the next message that I send. Hold on. I gotta find another person that I want to ask. Okay, so does she live near me? One second. So we look at their profile again. Check out what's going on. Oh my gosh. Okay, so hey, I know. Or no. Hey, I have been. Okay, hey, I know you have seen, or I know you have probably seen what I do for work. I know you've probably seen what I do for work. And I wanted to ask you if you have ever considered it. I honestly see your posts all the time, but have been nervous to reach out. I feel like you would do so well. Just like that. And these are like basically the 2 things I sent. If you haven't noticed, I said I don't do scripts. So I do a lot of what I'm feeling in the moment. Like whenever I look at their profile, you can see where, like whenever you just connect with them in that way. So it doesn't feel like, if something came from me and was like, hey girl, just wanted to see if you'd ever considered what I do. I feel like you'd be good at it. Your profile's amazing. I see your posts all the time. Their last post was 6 months ago. Like they know that. So you need to be relatable, and like when you're like this, people they will respond to you. Okay, they're not like no, they don't like leave a lot. Like some people are gonna leave you on red, but some people I need my birth control, but some people don't. They won't because they're like, okay, that was a genuine message. Like I'm not. How can you be mad at that? So don't. This is the best way to send out. This is what I send to all people, all the things when it comes to messaging for DTs. Now moving on to the next topic. I want you guys like to send out like 5 of those. That's your task. So how do you guys feel about that message? Does it make you nervous to send that? Or you feel confident in that message? What's the dealio?
I love it. I love
That's
it.
good, right?
Yeah, I like that you say I've been nervous to reach out. Like I've never even thought of saying that. Like being open and honest. Like, hey, I've been thinking about it, but I've been nervous to say it.
Yeah, puts you in a vulnerable state, and then they can't be rude because if they are, then they are. So.
Yep.
Nice about it. Okay, so how many do I send daily? Here's the deal. Here's the deal, guys. I send out before I use attraction marketing in my deal. Like I would say about 25 a day. What? It's in the kitchen underneath the checkbook. I would send out about 25, like I said, a day before I use attraction marketing. I recommend using attraction marketing and getting your profile up and on top of things because it makes things so much easier for you. You can, you're going to be able to have like a lot more people reaching out to you. Like for me, at this point in the game, and I started attraction marketing like last August or September or something. So it wasn't just because I was like presidential ambassador for any of the peanut gallery that wants to say that just because I'm at where I'm at, like I get people like that. I don't. I get people like to come to me because of the fact that I utilize attraction marketing in everything that I do. So like I was telling you guys with like the vlogging through your stories, that's important. And even if you are one of the people who are nervous and be like, I'm a stay-at-home mom or I'm a college student, like you have things to do. And let's kind of like just bring out the obvious. Kids watch people, like other kids play with toys, okay? And you watch people do what on YouTube? So like that's the same exact thing. Like you are like the person that somebody's gonna watch. And so like you can just start doing that easily no matter what you do. If you're a stay-at-home mom, guess what? All other million stay-at-home moms are doing the same thing as you. And they're just like wanting to look on their phone like their kids look at other kids on YouTube. So you don't need to be like extra or you don't need to put a lot of money out there to like do well at this. All it requires is you being open and honest and creating that following. So to create a following, you obviously have to put the content out there. So committing to your stories is the first thing that you need to do. I'm committing to 10 people or 10 slides a day at minimum. And you don't want to do like to where it's like, at the top, you'll see people have like dots, like actual like little dots on the top of their stories. You want it to still be dashes. So like you could do more than 10, but don't make it to where it's like dots. That's important. So because that's too much. So you just want to keep it to a good happy medium, and you'll see how your audience responds. And if your like views are going way up, good. If they're going down, you're posting probably too much or your content isn't good. So test the waters. You're going to figure out what's best for you. But posting consistently on your Instagram story, crucial. Posting every day to every other day on your Instagram is perfect. Every day is not required. Every other day is. So then also just making sure, again, profile picture is good, making sure your actual photo content is good. And here's a little tip for content. I'm going to send you this, Kim, so you can like send it to them. Just put it on your team page or whatever, but hold on. Here's a content like calendar. I don't know if you've posted this yet or what, but here is a good one. So that gives you content to put on your actual page. But then as far as like your actual post, because this is something that is really important, a lot of people like screw up and put too much or too little. Like see how on my page here, like you're gonna see like how I never have like a selfie next to each other. They're all spaced out and it's never the same photo in a line. Like I call these like body photos. So I have body photos, food photos. This is a selfie. This is the baby. This is me and Zach. But none of them are like the same and next to each other. Because if you take a lot of, especially women, take photos like everybody has like either you tilt your head left or you tilt your head right. And it's the same way for every selfie, which is fine. But if you have like 6 selfies in a row of you tilting your head right and you're in the same exact position, it's the same photo. And everybody's like, okay, girl, we've seen that. So you want to give your audience something to look at. Imagine if your favorite YouTuber, your favorite blogger, vlogger, whatever, is posting the same content over and over. You're going to get bored and stop watching. So put different things into your story and into your like your actual photos, and that's how you're going to get the most out of your followers. And of course, obviously interacting. But as far as interacting, we went over interacting, we went over messaging, we went over following. Now, the whole customer thing. Okay, so the customer thing, like I said, creating a highlight on your own results is going to get you a lot of interaction, a lot of customers. And that's something you should be doing daily and like updating. Like right now I'm doing basically a challenge with myself and doing my highlight. And every time I update, I put it in my highlight. So anybody that comes to my profile later can watch it through again. And I'm doing weekly updates. And so, and occasionally I'll put like things in there too, like throughout the week, like if it's like a hydrate post or something, because I'm using hydrate every day too. But anyway, so doing your own results, posting about that. Also, I don't do a lot of cold messaging, like ever for really anything. Or really like, I would say my interacting, some people might say that's like cold messaging, but I don't, I think that's warm messaging. But when it comes to like asking straight up, like, yo, will you be my product model? There's two times that like I will ask somebody to be a product model and like, or like getting customers, like there's like a couple times that I'm like, yes, I will. If I'm about to promote, I will do anything and everything, all means, but anything to get the volume for my promotion. Like nothing will stop me. If I say I'm doing something, I'm doing it. So I will message people for that. And a simple message that I use for that, I would say it's not a script because I don't really use it, but like a general like idea of what I would say to send to people. And these are, again, people that watch you, because the people that watch you the most are the people that are ready to support you because they know you and they like you. They're obsessed with you. They watch you every day. So what I would put on there is, hold on. Or when I message people, here it is. Okay. So something along the lines of, let's see. Hey, I know you've been seeing a lot of my stories about my weight loss. Again, using the product. About my weight loss, I wanted to check and see if you or anyone you know is looking for a new health and wellness regimen. I was just looking at your page, and I feel like you'd be a really great model for me. Somebody backed out, and I had an extra clearance pricing spot. If you'd be interested in it, you would just need to share an honest review. Would you be interested? Not a cold message, not weird. It's something, again, where it's like, I looked at your page, and again, make sure they didn't post, their last post was like 6 months ago, because obviously you didn't see a post from 6 months ago, and you don't know if you've been following them that long. So make it authentic and real. But basically, that's what you would send if you were going to send something off of Instagram, like a version of that. But for the most part, you guys, we do post to post, and I offer it on my Instagram, but they have to add me on Facebook to post it, because I've done the Instagram post to post. It's too much. That's too much for you and the person, because then you have to remember to like go back and be like, hey, can you swipe up and send me your poll? And like, it's just like a lot of times they're like, how do you do that? What is that? How do I set that? It's just so time consuming. When on Facebook, you're like, yo, copy and paste this and put it on your wall. Like, it's just way easier. So what I do is I offer the host to post on my Instagram because I have a good following on there. And then I go to, I like have them drop an emoji, because whenever we do a giveaway, I'm like, drop an emoji for an entry, and then I'll message them and get them like, hey, add me on Facebook real quick. If they don't have Facebook, I'll do the whole Instagram host to post thing, but I don't do it if I can help it, because it's just annoying. Because then you have to make sure you set an alarm to message them about 20 hours after it was posted, so they have enough time to see the message, swipe up, and then give you the final poll results or whatever. So it's a little bit, and I make those on WordSwag. I mean, gosh darn it, Unfold. It's too many apps. Yeah, so on Unfold, and then I send it to them, and then they add the poll, which again, you're teaching somebody how to do a poll and all the other things. So anyways, so that's how I get my customers on the gram. Okay, so customers, we went over messaging, we went over following, we went over content, stories, bios. Do you guys have questions, comments, concerns? Anything? This is how I work Instagram every day. And the more, like I said, the number one thing is interaction. You need to be posting on your stories. That's second. I would say these are equally important. Like, you can't fail on either of these. And then posting every other day, and like making sure you're present and interacting And you guys, if you do this consistently for like a month, you're going to see your views go from like, if you have, let's just say average number is 2,000 followers, you're getting like 100 views a day. Like you're going to see your views go from like 100 to like 500 or 600. And then like the more followers you get, it's going to go up higher, but you're going to see more people paying attention and more people are going to start reaching out to you because they see you more, they see your life, and they can begin to relate and trust you versus just seeing you talking about a business or a product that they can't relate to yet. Okay, so my editing, I use presets, and I use one from Etsy. I bought it. It's called Coachella. There's like 1,000,005,000,005 different presets you can use to get them. Like I bought it on Etsy, and then you have to download them, and then you put them on the app Lightroom. There's a YouTube video on this, so it's like it'll show you the step by step. It's easy, but like basically, as soon as let me show you guys. As soon as I get a photo. This is how I edit it, so I don't even have to think about it. So I get a photo, and I'm like, I click the add photo button or whatever, and then so like I would click a photo, and then I'll go over here. Instead of having to mess with like every one of these filters, I just go to this little preset button, and then it's gonna like I have like a few options or whatever. I pick which one looks best. Like I like this one because it makes your thing look better, and then I'll save it. Oh, and then guess what? I already edited my photo. I'm good to go. I can go post it. So Lightroom is the app for that. Etsy's where you get the preset. There are free ones too. You can find mine was like $2, I think, or $3. Don't buy an expensive preset. It's not worth it. But getting a preset is worth it because you don't have to think about it. And all your photos look the same. Like it's the same edit on every single one. So they flow together.
So the Instagram, you said 1 month of Instagram content. Okay. So you're talking about, I want to make sure everybody, because I just posted in my group. So you're talking about the posts that you're making every day, right? Yeah. That's good. Okay. I'm excited to do that. Does anybody have any, what, Katie?
I would say the most important thing, like the most biggest struggle that my team has is like, especially for new people, is I don't know what to post every day. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Help.
I like that. So, does anybody else have any questions? Yes, they're gold. This is so good though. I'm trying to think of any questions I have. I mean, I can just inbox you. I'm the lucky one, but like any questions? What?
You're the chosen one.
I'm the chosen one. We love you for doing this, dude. It's only been 45 minutes. It feels like it's been forever because it's such good stuff.
I feel like I literally went through, I did a training for my team on Thursday, or oh my God, it's Thursday. Met Monday, and I went through this, and like the biggest thing, like that was the biggest thing that people took away from it was like these things, the little things matter, like such as, I'll give you guys I'll show you guys really quickly how I do my Instagram story edits, because I edit every single one of my stories, but I don't make it to the point where it's like over the top because that's too much. So what I do is, like I take a photo, and every time I take a photo, you could do this filter while you're taking the photo. But basically, if you click this smiley face right here, oh God, I just saved it again. Hold on, doing this backwards is hard. All these are gonna pop up. Never use. I'm gonna just tell you right now. None except for this one. Okay, it's purple with a couple sparkles. You never use a filter besides this one. Never.
That's the only one. That's the only one I'll use yet.
It's law. Okay, this is law. Okay, so that's the first step. And then the second step, you always want to swipe left to one time, and it'll say Paris. Like you'll see it on my screen. It says Paris right there over the trees. You use the Paris filter with the sparkle filter, and every single one of your Instagram stories looks the same. They flow together. It's the same edit on every single one. It brightens it, makes it look crisp, yada, yada. It looks good. If you don't know how to use the features on Instagram to dress up your story, like you need to learn how to do that stat. Adding, a couple of things that are just like quick tips. Adding music to your stories for every like 1 to 2 slides a day, like important. Because everybody likes to jam. Okay, every once in a while, like they're just like, oh my God, this is a good song. I missed that song or whatever. Like it sparks joy. So getting some like sort of like even if it's over a boomerang, it could be over a plain photo or whatever. I don't care, but like it needs to be on there at least some time of the day. All you have to do is click music, and then you click, like you can type in a song, or you can use like the genre section or the mood section and look for songs that fit your slides. And then Using your location is important whenever you go to Starbucks, out to eat, whatever, yada, yada. It's a good way to increase your exposure. Hashtagging, one thing, I use hashtag like once a day on my Instagram stories, just to find, like, add some extra, like, I guess, what is it called? Like appearance, just to show up somewhere else to, again, increase my exposure. In the mornings, if you're up super early or whatever, if you just want to post the clock on there, that's fine as well. Putting the GIF files on there, doing countdowns, all the things. Like, look in the section where you can add things on, dress them up with what's on Instagram. You don't have to go, like, sometimes you'll see leaders posting things that are like, wow, that's so pretty. Like, they made it on Unfold and it was like extra AF and like so bougie. Like, I don't really do that because I don't have time to edit my stories like that. So, like, I'm just like doing what I gotta do and I'm making it look good, but I'm not taking 20 minutes per slide to create. So, like, occasionally I'll use an Unfold, but like, don't, again, if you see that, don't feel like, oh my gosh, well, I don't have time to make that, because you don't need to. Like, I could just do something like this. I can take the sunset, let's do something like this, gorgeous sunset tonight, and then I could spell, change the color of it, put it up here in the background, and then I could use a marker. I like to use, my favorite marker to use is the see-through one, and then I'll add a little bit of like backgrounds like this. And that looks good. It makes the picture look nice, but then at the same time, it took me 4 seconds to put all that together, okay? So anyways, easy peasy. Yeah, I use everything in my story on the Instagram app. I don't do anything outside, with the exception of if you have a busy day, okay? So I do this like when we're at Disney, or like when I know we're out with the kids and it's like hard to use my phone. I will take clips, like videos and pictures, and then whenever we have a second to like sit down, like the babies eat a snack or something, or we're in the car, I will quickly like edit and throw up the video that I recorded on my camera, or photos on my camera. And you could just, like I said, you can after the fact put on the sparkle filter with the Paris filter. And so like I'll just post like a little cluster of like what happened over the last like 2 hours, like in a couple videos, couple boomerangs or whatever. I record everything and then I add it in the order that I want to add it if I'm super busy. So if you're like busy and you're like, oh my God, I have 17 kids and my life's a mess and yada yada, I can't do that when we're out, like then take a little bit of footage while you're there, and then when you get home, post it. Because nobody's gonna know you're not still there, you know? Okay. Any questions?
The sparkle filter. It's in the, say it again, Katie. It's in the Instagram app, you guys, if you go to stories.
Okay. Click the, here. I want my flashes on. Give me a second. All right, so you click this filter, like after the photo's taken, you click the smiley face thing. And at the bottom, you want to look for this one. Okay, it looks like this. Do not mistake it for any other filter, and do not use anything but this. This is the only one, not the dog filter, not the soccer filter. This one. It has just how many sparkles is that? It's got like 2 corners of sparkles with 3 dots in the bottom. Like that's, or wait, the 3 dots is just the one I'm on. Just the one with the sparkles. Okay, this is the only one. Screenshot right now if you have to. That's it.
That's it. The purple one.
That's it. You have to. A preset is, it's, I don't even know how to describe that. It's like a edit that's already like done, like for every photo. Like imagine if like the sharpness, the brightness, all that was already done. It's like set for a certain number, and you apply it to like, it's like a stamp on every photo. You like stamp it on every one. Does that make sense? So it just makes all the photos go together nicely. And like I said, Etsy's where you buy those. They're sometimes, like I would say they're around like $5 or less. Like don't spend more than $5. And then you just download it and then you apply it on Lightroom. There's YouTube videos on how to do that.
Is it, I have a new phone now, so I'm downloading all apps again. Was it what does your Lightroom app look like again? Can you show me us?
Yep, it looks like this.
Yeah, okay, that's the one that's right here. Okay.
And it's free, so don't buy the pro or whatever.
Okay. And then you can go to Etsy. That is one thing that is like Etsy. I've like never been to Etsy. Okay. Like ever.
Oh my God. Etsy's so good. And they have like millions. So just make sure, like I said, don't spend more than like $5 and look at them. Mine was $3. So
Do you know what yours is called specifically, or is that not a thing?
It's called Coachella. People keep
Oh,
asking me which Coachella. I don't know. I
okay.
just call it Coachella. So
Okay.
I don't know.
You did say that. You did say that. Okay.
It's nice. I mean, I don't know if I bought the first one I found. Okay, so
Yeah. Oh,
I'll
it's right
have
here.
it's just the easy one. You know what I'm saying? It just makes it simple.
Hmm.
I don't
So
think I keep my life simple. So the simpler it is, like that's what I do.
so beautiful. This was so good. I bet my team's like, oh my gosh, mind blown. They have like no words. Does anybody have any other questions for Katie? She like covered everything, but you guys, she's an ambassador and she only works through Instagram and a little bit of Facebook. It's crazy. Like she's the person that I've been like, all right, listen, if you're gonna, your paychecks make me want to throw up. So if this is what you're doing, I need to make it happen. Oh my goodness. So it's been fun. It's been a fun journey, but
Instagram's the shiznit. It's where the money's at.
it is.
It
It
really
is
is.
though. It is.
People are nicer on there.
Yeah, they are. It's true. It's true.
So cool. And you get to cool. I think too. Like the best thing about it is that like I can literally like sign up distributors like easy peasy lemon squeezy, no prob. But like on basic, I get that I'm gonna think about it. Like I ain't got time for you to think. So on Instagram, people they're thinking like they're just like, oh yeah, I'm ready.
Yep.
And you get to do a highlight too on your story. But like basically, I think my Instagrams, I usually go private to follow and then public to like when I'm like not following people that day. So you'll see my like if you ever see my profile like on private, it's just I'll be back on public in a little bit. But I have a story on there of my story. I put it together. Now that did take me quite a while to do, but it gets me a lot of people. So like, because obviously you're not posting your story every day, but anybody who sees me, they like my, I don't know, me on my stories, and they'll go to my profile and they'll see like, oh, my story, and they're gonna click it, and it basically starts from me and Zach when we first met, and it goes all the way into Ambassador Diamond. So I just keep adding to it, but you want to make sure the highlight of my story. Like, do you mean like why do I have it, or like what does it say? Like this is kind of like this is what it does. Hold on, my internet is so lovely right now. One sec.
Mine is too. It's
So it
beautiful.
just says basically me and Zach, like a little bit about us. I mean, I'm not going to click through this whole thing because it's forever. Talks about me and Kenny and then the struggles of being a young mom. I got pictures. I just screenshotted basically like what I looked like when I first had her, like being so like struggling so bad and blah, blah, blah. And then like I just go through the whole entire thing, like anything and everything, like a part of my story, I put it in there. But that's basically how I get people to pay attention. Like, and then I put like all the emotional stuff because that's what people want to relate. They'll relate to. People will get to my highlight by just seeing my profile, so they just go look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Like naturally, like when you go to somebody's page, like a Facebook profile, if you're a Facebooker, then like you're like, oh wow, okay, I'm gonna look at their albums, I'm gonna look at their photos, like their bio, their cover photo, like everything. You're creeping, so they're just looking creep through my stuff. So a lot of people will just naturally.
Because they're right there on your page all the time.
Yeah, that's why a weight loss journey or a get fit journey, if you don't really have a lot of weight to lose, is important. And then also doing like other highlights too, like just do it. Like the more like you want to have about, I would say 4 to 5 highlights max. My Insta is personal. I will not ever change to business. Personal.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're separated by different topics. They should all be simple in the same. They need to be the same color, and they need to be the same text. And you should not have photos on them. Like on the cover photo of your highlights, it should be like clean, clear, crisp. Make them all the same. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Like same text, same spot on the circle, like they all have to be the same. I got a background from Pinterest. I just typed in like iPhone backgrounds, and like I typed in like blue iPhone backgrounds because blue goes with my preset. And then like I looked for one, so I found one, I liked it, and then I added text on top that I liked. So, like I kept playing with the text. I did that on WordSwag, and then I just put them all on the highlights. But they should match your profile. So if you have a lot of pink photos, don't put like blue. It should be pink. It all has to flow. Remember, our eyes are attracted to pretty things naturally. So when you go to someone's profile and you see like black photos or like dirty photos, you're just like not attracted to that. Even if you're trying to be nice, you're not.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. I think I got it all. I think I was getting quicker at this because my others took forever. So now y'all are.
This was like good, quick info. So good. I'm obsessed. Okay. So does anybody have any last second questions or what? I'm excited to do these power hours with my team all by our little self. I'm so glad it's recorded in case people are like, wait, what?
Yeah, it's good. And that's why I said I was like, please record this because I know my team was like, oh, gosh, too much in my mind right now. But seriously, like it does help. And once you get the hang of it too, like you'll understand it and you'll be able to do it faster. Like I can get everything done. Hey girl, I can get everything done quick. But it gets easier and it becomes second nature to the point where you're like, yeah, I already did Instagram today without even thinking about it.
Yeah. I remember when stories came out, and I remember very vividly, very, very well, I remember thinking, I will never do stories, ever. This is so stupid. I can't believe people are doing this. Now I'm like, oh my God, this is the best thing they've ever, ever, ever came out with. You get to share your entire day, your entire life. You get to be funny. You get to do little short clips, and it doesn't overload your Facebook or Instagram wall. That's the best. I mean, stories I love them. Now I'm addicted. I'm obsessed, and you can make it so creative.
Yeah, and videos are the best thing because, like, I was reading an article about how like videos are taking over social media.
Yeah.
So pretty soon, like look at Facebook. It used to be all posts and photos, and now it's like videos and videos and videos and videos. So if you're not doing videos, you're not staying relevant. So you need to make sure you're doing. You need to do videos.
Yeah.
Do the videos.
Yep. And I feel like that's where people, it's like their reality TV. So it's where people get to know you. Like Katie already said that, but yeah, it's where people get to know you the best. So it's a lot of fun. It is so fun. And it's where you can be super real, super duper real. And people really see that. I love that.
I keep it real on mine. And you want to don't feel again pressured to be like, oh, I got to put on my makeup. And like, no, you don't. Like the more real you are, like the more people you're going to attract.
Amen. All right, y'all. This was good. It's exactly 10:30.
Good.
All right, you guys. We are so blessed. Thanks, Katie.
You are welcome. I'll see you later.
Yeah, I'll send you the video.
Cool. Thanks.
All right. Yep. Bye, guys. Thank you. See ya. Have a good night.